thing that's coming, and it's actually already came, and he's selling a wolf ticket because he's not as powerful as he thinks. So he'll tell you that the New World Order is coming. The New World Order been here. So what he'll do on the QT, he'll come in and do all the stuff that he's saying in the book. He's just doing it on the covert action style. But you still, why you ain't seen it because you still waiting for him to lock you up in concentration camps, so he can lock you up in concentration camps as you wait. So it's a wolf ticket. You understand what I'm saying? But it's always in the future when they're going to do it. And it's like a crab when you put him in a pot and boil him. You can't put him in hot water because he'll jump out. You got to simmer his behind. You understand how that goes? Get him used to it. You dying now. Take for instance. You go to Africa. They even show you on National Geographic. It ain't it to these people in remote areas. They'll show you, they'll go to National Geographic and they'll show you all this stuff of animals. You don't never see no niggas walking around.
That's right.
Right? You want to know why? They all dead. Millions of them. No, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm not talking about, like, you know, they kill off millions and they still got millions and millions of people. I'm telling you that the majority of the people on the African continent is dead. See, even when you go to a tour, you are only localized in certain cities. And because Africa doesn't have certain highways that you can get on and drive to one part, you got to fly to some part and it's so remote. And so let you kill off large population of people, millions, and you'll never know it because you can't get all over Africa the same way. They never televise on what's going on over there. They're killing trillions of people. So half the African continent is dead. Now how in the devil can South Africa, that was closed off up until 1990 from the rest of Africa down there, how is it all of a sudden Mandela becomes president, because he's the doggone clone and the doggone CIA agent and all the whole thing, British intelligence and everything. He becomes president, and now the #1 recipient of AIDS in Africa is the South Africans. The shanty towns is already killed. Thousands of them. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, how in the devil can they, what was the name of the place that killed all them Africans 2 years ago? Rwanda. Rwanda. How can Rwanda kill up everybody with doggone 22s and sticks? Kill up a couple of thousand people, 100,000 people die with 22s and sticks. If the government ain't in there killing. They'll show you a warlord. Anytime they say about a warlord, that ain't nothing but American government, French, American, and British government in there killing up black people. And they have basically wiped the continent off. You see what I'm saying? They have wiped the continent off. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that's actually going down right now. What's going down right now, where they have killed millions of people. So the thing about it is, we are always lulled asleep because we are thinking the stuff is coming and the stuff is here now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're killing millions of our people right here in the United States. You see what I'm saying? You just can't see it because if the white man don't tell it, only kind of news you got is newspapers and TV. And he don't never show it on the newspapers and the doggone TV. So you don't never know about this type of stuff. You understand where I'm coming from? You don't never know about those type of stuff. Listen, this is one, and we'll Xerox some of this stuff and send it back so you can get it. I want to show you something. This is called the Black Project. The Black Project is the official naval intelligence. Manages the Black Project. This involves New World Order agencies, as well named as the World Health Organization, WHO, who has the technology to cure most diseases. One of these diseases that is curable is diabetes. Wonderful. That one might think, how about AIDS? This virus was generally engineered to annihilate black people and homosexuals. Now this is the white boy talking. You got to bring the white boy up in here because you know. And see, if this virus was generally engineered to annihilate black people and homosexuals, yes, dear readers, this is true. Unfortunately, AIDS is out of hand and the virus is mutating beyond their expectations. Right. What you're saying now that black people, even here, are developing immune systems to it, and the people is dying is these doggone crackers.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? is these crackers. And one of the brothers that already found the cure last summer, one of the brothers that I deal with from this an engineer, he deals with magnetism, and all he did is took a bunch of AIDS patients and put magnets all over their bodies, these little small magnets you buy from Radio Shack. And you might get the brother down and he goes through these classes and he's curing them. But some of them probably died because they probably don't believe in it. So once he left town, they took the shit off. Because you know how niggas are. Yeah. But they was doing, it was up, they was pumping, they was doing well. And you see, and he did the magnets and told them to get off the meat and all of that kind of stuff. And boom, they were doing well. They were doing well. The government experiment, it says, who is actually, and this cracker here is telling you where the AIDS thing came from. Same thing. Who is actually created the AIDS virus? They say they actually created the AIDS virus in 1932. This government experiment was carried out in Alaska by infecting black males with syphilis. So he's saying that the same Tuskegee experiment that went in Tuskegee, Alabama, started in Alaska in 1932, where they created AIDS virus in 1932 based on this Tuskegee experiment, which the incubation was in Alaska, where they killed black people on the pipeline. You see what I'm saying? It says no healing treatment was administered because HWO wanted to study the potential of this disease. You see what I'm saying? Other areas of the black project are alien, genetic engineering, cloning, cryonic technology is being carried out at the biological laboratories in Duluth, New Mexico. You see what I'm saying? This area and the center of Telos is a subterranean Shasta, California, are said to house almost 2 million reptilian type people. So now, this is the white boy talking. Stuff, I get people sending me stuff from all over the country. There's a brother that's in with some crackers in doggone Detroit that sent this particular information. So we got the information to back up this particular stuff. But we're not just gonna preach doom. We're gonna get into some other stuff today, and so we're gonna get ready to get into that right now. So, and we'll come back now. What we're going to deal with right now is the reason why the white boy tell you about when he brings out this particular New World Order stuff. He tell you about this secret societies, right? And he tell you about these secret societies and how these secret societies are doing all kind of rituals and all this kind of stuff here, and they worship the devil and all this kind of stuff here. That was a doggone plot to keep you from getting into your real magic. See, the mystery of black magic means the black man's magic. You see what I'm saying? Now look, this is A.E. Powell's book, The Astral Body. I want to show you something in here. And what it says, The Astral Body. A.E. Powell's book, The Astral Body. I want to show you this. Y'all all right? Okay. I want to deal with one thing. First of all, we're going to deal with this. It's called The Black Magicians of Atlantis on page 53. Look at this. It says, page 53, let's get this. The black magicians from Atlantis are lords of the dark space, which is just talking about you. Seeming to have specialized in some types of artificial elements of which may have hinted and kept themselves in existence to this particular date. What they mean here is that the word black magic comes from the black magicians of Atlantis. What is a magician? A priest and a magician is one and the same. What you call a priest today is not even a priest. That's just from big mouth nigga running his damn mouth. And even if you think some of these people are priests, these Hebrew priests, a priest takes, just like a doctor, put up potions. Right. A priest used the magic that was sent down in the mystery systems of Atlantis Memorial, and I don't care if you in Hebrewism, ancient Egyptian, Islam, in the esoteric school, you practice your magic. You saw it right there. They show you that on the Bible when Moses, because we want to clear this up about the Christians, because they think that all this stuff about rituals and shit is negative. Didn't Moses show, when they showed him doing his stuff with the rod, and the other guy had, the other priest had the snake, all that was a rendition of both of them doing their magic, the Ethiopian magic against the Egyptian magic. Yep. And to show you what I'm talking about, here. We put it right in your damn face. So it won't be no stuff. We put it right in your face. These are the seals and the sigils of the secret keys of Solomon. If you look right here, if you look in the middle, these are the Hebrew writings, and right in the middle is some alien looking stuff. This is the stuff that Moses or the Hebrew priest was practicing. These are the symbols of Solomon. You can get a book called the Keys to King Solomon by MacGregor Mathers. And on the back of the book they'll tell you, they'll say, these were found in the British Museum of Unknown Origin. Whenever they say unknown origin, they're talking about the type of stuff that came out of the University of Salamanca when the Moors went around the world and carted all this particular knowledge back and set up 16 universities in Europe and taught the cracker how to speak and be civilized. Well, they set up the Knights Templars, they set up Camelot, Cam, which means black. Black Lot, which means Little Egypt, Camelot. You see what I'm saying? And they set up the Holy Grail, the cup of Christ, which is the cup of Christ is in your head, which is talking about the black dot. We'll get into that in a minute. The blood of Christ. You drinking some damn blood in the church, and they're talking about your blood. Because you the Christ. Christ is a title, and it means a whole race of people. The anointed one. We'll get into that in a few minutes. So he set up Camelot, which means New Egypt for Europe.
That's right.
King Arthur and the Moors set it up. They set up the Knights Templars. You see what I'm saying? The Knights Templars. And all. With Knights, which means the black knight, and the black temple. It later on becomes started into what you get is the Illuminati and them types of stuff. But it was the night, and Illuminati means the original Illuminati set up by the Moors means the illumined ones, the array of light, the crown chakra, the aura. So he set up these particular things. These sigils came out of Hemmitt and Ethiopia, which is magic. And they got whole spells in these books. So there you have it. Those are your Ethiopian and your Hebrew spells for the people that want to get down, because you're supposed to be working your magic. Working your magic. So the reason why they set up the doggone New World Order is to keep you from your real deal stuff. They call it black magic. It means black man magic. Wicca. The word Wicca comes from the word, the original dog star Sirius. In the Quran it says, this is the God who created both male and female from one single ejaculated semen. He is the Lord of Sirius. In the Holy Quran under the Surah of the Star. He's called the Star of David. In Israel, it's called the winged disc in Egypt, or the Atan disc in Egypt, or it's also called the divine sun, Ra. So it says the dog star, which means bitch. You get the word bitch in Sumerian, you get the word witch, which comes from the word Wicca. It ain't talking about no evil one. It's talking about white people practicing the missions of ISIS and got burned at the stake for using the real deal stuff. Because the Holy Pope of Rome and the Holy Inquisition of Rome say, shut down all the magical stuff so the black people can't get to their real deal shit. And under Christianity, they shut down all the magical stuff. Magic, which was your stuff, not no people with no cards. Those are tricks. You see, they took an ancient word which means magic, which you combinate the mysteries of the universe, where you take the mysteries of the universe and you use them to create a utopia in the physical at that particular time and raise yourself up spiritually. That's magic. You call it spirituality. You see what I'm saying? And all. You call it spirituality. The white boy gets some card tricks and some disappearing and a rabbit out of a hat, and he takes an ancient name, magic, and put on that's tricks. And you thinking magic, you think some old magician doing tricks, and it got nothing to do with that. Right. The original magic is talking about what Moses did. Moses was nothing but a Hebrew priest. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into this. All right. If you know history and you know mythology and all this, first of all, Moses, Pharaoh of Egypt, he was a heretic person that turned against the order of Egypt, of Hemmitt. He was in there, he was down with him, and he said, I'm backing away. He turned against him. Who was that? There is no historical Moses as far as that particular person from Goshen, because you go to Goshen, there ain't no particular person. That particular Pharaoh of Egypt was Akhenaten, who had a high priest of Amun-Ra that was an Ethiopian, because he's Ethiopian. So when you hear the history of Moses, they talk about Akhenaten. They talk about Akhenaten. We can back it up too. They had a high priest, And the word Moses is a derogative. I mean, in actuality, when you hear the word Moses, it's talking about emancipation. It's a principle and a cosmic term that ain't got nothing to do with no historical man. But the historical figure that you're talking about was Akhenaten, who was the one that grew up in the Pharaoh's house. Okay. Moses grew up in the Pharaoh's house. Akhenaten grew up in the Pharaoh's house, but his mother was Queen T from Ethiopia. Right. You see what I'm saying? She said, well, we worship the ancient god, Heru of the Shusenhar, the god Aton, which was an Egyptian god at the temple of Heliopolis. He said, we will worship the god Aton, which is the ancient one. So at that particular time, they was fighting in Egypt, the priest of Ra and the priest of Ptah. So she said, I'm going to have a spiritual son. So when her son ascended the throne, he got rid of the other ones and stuff and put in optimism. He said, let's go back to the old way. You understand what I'm saying? He had an Egyptian priest that was a priest of Amun-Ra because he grew up in Egypt. He said, well, I can't speak the Hebrew language of these Ethiopians. So he had an Egyptian priest who could speak the language and speak the language. And he taught him all this stuff and gave him the 17 negative confessions, the 47 negative confessions, where he gave him 10 of those negative confessions, which you call the 10 Commandments. He told him when they cut up Osiris and put Osiris in a trunk, he gave him the golden trunk of the chest of Osiris and told him how to build the chest of Osiris and call it the Ark of the Covenant. You see what I'm saying? This is the real deal. Rest of you is wrong, me if I'm wrong. We're not telling you that if you're in Hebrewism, if you're in Christianity, if you're in Islam, we're not telling you to abandon that because that's all our stuff. We're just telling you to get all the pieces to enhance what you're in. That's right. See, that's the key. It's not to abandon what you're in. Nope. You're supposed to know the Bible better than the Christian. That's right. You're supposed to know the Quran better than the Muslim. You're supposed to know the Torah better than the Hebrew. He who knows one book knows none. There's no religion higher than truth. That's right. So and you're supposed to learn the book of coming forth by day. To abandon any one of those is to throw away one of the pieces. The books are made to put together. The wise man knows that you don't be a sectarian saying, I'm just this. I'm just Hebrew. I'm just Arab. I'm just Egyptian. I'm all of that. I am the Alpha and the Omega, so I can use all of these books. Because every last one of these books is my book before the cracker got into it and made it a social, historical thing and a cultural thing that now I can't see the damn forest for the trees because I'm looking at the outer cover. Go into it and get the meat. Check? Because each one of those books you talk about, there's an esoteric version. Go read the Holy Kabbalah. Go read the Sufism. Go read the Gnosticism. Go read the Book of Coming Forth by Day. Go read the Upanishads. Go read the Bhagavad Gita. Go study your ancient Bojan, which you call Buddha, you scared of. That's right. Go study your Yoruba. That's right. How the hell you think damn Castro was able to survive all them damn years? That's right. You think he was able to survive that from communism? No, he had chief Babalaos. And the crackers couldn't penetrate Haiti because the spirits was working for him. But if he would have abandoned and went to the fake Christianity, and when I say fake Christianity, I'm talking about that old bull jive you learn in them churches, which is fake, compared to esoteric Christianity. So I'm not talking about the Christianity, I'm saying there's an esoteric version. If they had went to that fake bull jive, he'd have been taken back in 60s when down. Kennedy said, this nigga won't last 3 months. But after a while, Kennedy and all the other crackers are dead, and he's still living. So when he shot down that plane a couple of months ago, what happened? Them niggas bowled up, but they didn't go up into Cuba because he got the Bible out. Working. That's why they took Haiti. How the hell you think that Haiti was taking two something overture? Why the hell you think Haiti is still black to this day? Why you think they were trying to get in Haiti a couple of months ago? Because of the vote-on priest. That's right. So they tell you all that's evil. Satan, Sut, which means the black god, On, which means Anubis. Sut-On becomes Shut-On or Shaitan, which means Satan, which means the black man. He lives up under the earth. That's Osiris under the damn earth. The black god, in the mental. You scared of a devil up under the earth. Hell comes from the word hail, which means fire, which is in your body. Hell's fire is the kundalini that raises up to your spine and brings you to your God self. All metaphysical. Sacred fire in your body. You thinking of some damn place you're going to go and burn in some hell. That's the cracker. Ain't got nothing to do with that. You scared of witchcraft and all this. Sut-On comes from the ancient word soot. Then you get the word Sutek, which you get the word Melchizedek. And Jesus said, I am of the order of Melchizedek. And he said, Sut-On, get behind me. Get behind me. The original form of the Christ. Heru, the child Christ, Horus. Behind him is the god Beth. which represents the melanin in the back of your neck. And the substantial medulla oblongata are the deepest part of your subconscious, which the real you sit in. This is only the physical you, which is only playing a role. The real you is within. The devil means double. You got two natures. You got a divine nature and you got a Lord nature. You think it's what you, I'm this. I'm going to put on some clothes and go down to the mall and shit. That's the Lord nature. Your double nature is the divine you within. That's the devil. And they got nothing to do with no spooked out man up under the earth, because the man up under the earth is Osiris, Osiris, which is inside of you, because this is the mental, the deepest part of the subconscious. You see what I'm saying? So this particular Akhenaten couldn't understand the language. So he took a high priest. The Holy Torah was written 700 years after Moses' death. And they didn't remember Akhenaten because Moses is the one that taught them. That particular Musa king, Moses, Tutmosis, and all this. Get the book Moses and Monotheism, Sigmund Freud. That's a Jew that wrote the truth before he died. A little $5 book, Moses and Monotheism. Tutmosis is a doggone Egyptian name meaning to draw out of water. You see what I'm saying? So he taught them, and he got attributed to the life of Akhenaten. Akhenaten is the original founder of the doggone Hebrew religion, where he just revived the ancient earlier religion out of Ethiopia, because there was northern Ethiopian. You go to Ethiopia today, you see the real damn Hebrews. And that other thing is a fake cracker from Spain that converted into Judaism. He has nothing to do with the original Hebrew whatsoever. Masquerading as God over there in the damn Middle East. He was a cracker that's going to die. You see what I'm saying? He was converted when the Moors ruled Spain. They told him they had to choose Christianity and Islam, and they had a group of people say, we're going to choose the old Hebrew religion. And they come attributed to the Jews. So when you think of Jews, you think of white. But yet in the 1930s, they hadn't had a doggone Jew in Ethiopia ever had seen a doggone white Jew in their life. That's the original Hebrews. That's why the Ark of the Covenant was over there before Graham Hancock went and found the damn thing. And they convinced those Jews to give up the Ark of the Covenant, and they sent the damn thing over to doggone Israel. But now the Spirit took the energy from it. Ain't nothing but a gold chest now. You know. But the Ark of the Covenant is within you, a covenant, a concealed place. We'll go into that in a few minutes. In a few minutes. So he was the one that contributed to the one. Get the book Moses and Monotheism and get another book, if you can find it, coming out of England, called Ahmed Osman. Ahmed Osman. Don't ask me how to spell it. Ahmed Osman, Moses, Pharaoh of Egypt. Put all that shit to rest. But you don't supposed to be dealing with history, because all that's our stuff. We don't get into what's different than other, we get into all of that as our particular knowledge. Check? Yeah. All of that is our particular knowledge in the whole 9 yards. Now, let's get on with some other stuff. The Holy Kabbalah. Obviously, they're talking about the same people, the Egyptians, and all of them are talking the same people. Here's the Holy Kabbalah on the temple wall of Komaombo. The Kabbalah is the tree of life. I showed you a picture of the tree of life right here. This is the tree of life. This is the same tree of life with the 10 sephiroth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there was 9, 10 here before the wall got cracked, which is 9, 10, which is the Holy Kabbalah, right there at the temple of Komaombo in Egypt. So that means you can't have no white Jew fronting saying the Kabbalah is theirs, because none of that stuff is either the Egyptians or the damn Hebrews. It all come from Atlantis and Lemuria, because we go all the way back to the beginning of time. And all of this knowledge, even the Egyptians, Hebrew, Islam, all that stuff goes all the way back thousands of years before there was even a name for it. Because one time we didn't speak. So there's no such thing as no older language. All that language just came up at the same time. Because the language is a lower form of doggone communication, because at one time we didn't have to speak. We communicated telepathy. And you didn't have to speak at all. And as the physical world got down to the lower levels, and your bodies got trapped in the physical bodies where you had to communicate more and more with the physical functions, you developed speech because your psychic energy shut down. You see what I'm saying? Which is the real you, God you. Check? It has nothing to do, with no ancient languages, because at one time the language is a new thing. It was a new thing. You ever see the Egyptian people on the temple with their mouth open? Never. That's because it was a clairvoyant and a telepathic society. Break it down. They had never had to speak. And the reason why I know what I'm talking about, I know a brother 15 years old Because the younger people, they don't have, see, when you go through puberty, you go into high school, you start worrying about how you look and all this crazy stuff. Your spiritual center shut down in puberty. You become an adult. That means that you become more and more engrossed into the physical. When you're young, you have dreams, and you can believe all kind of magnificent things. That's because you God. So you go into, so what happens is, I know a brother 15 years old, he got into this stuff, and him and another 15-year-old brother, because they're young, they can talk to each other on the telephone without no telephone. He cross town and they can just talk to each other all day. Hey man, what you doing? Through thought. Through thought. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way we did. This is a lower form of communication, speech. So even the thing about the languages, that all came about. And if you see the older languages, like your Enochian language and your Hemmitt language, they don't have vowels. They don't have vowels because even at that time, the first languages, they didn't need vowels. The vowels only came when you had to totally depend upon speech with the Greek whole thing. And even that first thing, the Greek language was a black language. There wasn't no white boy. White boy couldn't speak in a cave. How the hell he going to develop an advanced language like the Greek? He couldn't speak until we taught him how to speak. The original Greeks were black people.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I'm saying? And the other ones couldn't speak. So how they going to develop a damn language if they can't speak? And this language is an advanced language that is one of the best languages in the world, the Greek language, and the fucking Latin. All our stuff. Cracker couldn't speak. Greek, Latin, all that is our stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Break it down. Break it down.
And might I add, fucking no cuss words. Go and do your history.
Go ahead.
What it is you done tapped into another person's culture.
Oh, let's come up there.
You tapped into another person's culture. And you thinking that it's a cuss word because it's a cultural manifestation.
Yeah.
Somebody deemed to say that they didn't like the word and they made it into something cultural. Fuck is an ancient, is a British court case that just means prostitute. They call them fucks. You thinking that's a blasphemy to God. You know damn ain't no cuss word. It's all through the Bible. Hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as curse words, like I say, because, like I said before, when the Holy Scriptures was written around, the English language wasn't even here. So what it is in religion, when we get into things, we worry about the wrong things. Check. Now let's go down. Some things here. All right. Let's see where we're going here. Okay. Like I said, at the Temple of Seti I, at the Temple of Seti I in Egypt, which is the Egyptian Holy Land, you have four races of men. Four races of men.
Yep.
The Ruti, the Nessi, the Hemmu, and the Tamahu. The Tamahu being the white, light, bright. Tama means created, and Hu means white, light, and bright, which means the created white people. That's on the temple walls and stuff. This one was created by some Egyptian priests or some Atlantean priests. Yakub, his original name is Washforth, but it's for all the people that want to be all scholarly. Challenge me on this, because like I did, what hurt them niggas, the Afrocentric niggas, I went to the Melanin conference. You know, they always come out, you know, that old Honorable Muhammad, that's some old bulljob. He ain't got no scholarship. Donald Redford's book, Ancient Egypt, Ancient Egypt, and let's see, Israel, Canaan, and Egypt in modern times got the historical monuments to Yakub right there in Egypt. They got a whole monument to a god named Yakub Kerr. There you got it on the temple walls. He exists. The temple, the Yakub Kerr of the one is in another book, Bright's History of Israel, and all in there they talk about the god Yakub, the same one, and all. And if you get Rudolf Steiner's book, Atlantis and Lemuria, he got 20 books out, but that's the one that's out of print. You can get it from a Health Research out of California. Atlantis and Lemuria, where they tell you that Manu took a gene, selected a germ, and created a new race of men, just like Elijah Muhammad said. Manu was Yakub's teacher. They were teaching gene splicing and cloning. Yakub and them was like in a junior high school level, and they learned how to take a black boar and turn it into a white pig. They also learned how to take a pig and an ape gene with gene splicing and graft, or take gene splicing and genetic engineering, and they made this doggone cracker. out of multiplicity of an 8 gene and pig skin and that whole 9 yards.
That is swing.
and pig skin and all this kind of thing here and all. And like I said, I took the documents and I got a book called Human Artificial, which I'm gonna send you one in the mail. You can take a book and Xerox it for free, and all the people want to get it. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. You can get the book. Check. Yeah, here's the picture out of what they call it, with the white boy with the tail. White boy with the tail out of doggone France. With the white boy with the tail. There's better ones than this. A brother from the Nation of Islam got better ones. The white boy with the tail. But in the book of Excerpt, what is the book of Excerpt? The book of Excerpt is the Apocrypha. And in the Apocrypha, which is a book that they took out of the Bible, in the Apocrypha they talk about people with pig snots, bat ears, breast wings, and men with tails. These are the nothing men. They are like unto nothing, but like unto spittle. They're talking about an unhuman person. In Deuteronomy, let me get the thing. Deuteronomy. Let me get this. Let me get it. Let's deal with this. Let's see what we got here. We do it all day. I think it's let me see. Hold on 1 minute. I'll find it before I go. I think I got it in one of the books. Hold on 1 minute. The brother. Hold on 1 minute. I think oh here. Yes. Deuteronomy. The brother. Deuteronomy 32:21. They'll talk about a people who are of nothing. A people who are not even a people. In Deuteronomy. They're talking about that doggone European. It's a created mutant. And on the temple walls of Como, the temple walls of Seti 1, they show the doggone white boy and the priest write who the hell he is. And this is information coming from white people. This is information coming from white people. A.E. Powell's Astro Body. A.E. Powell's Astro Body. Page 169. 169. Remember now, there's no part called, well, I'll put something back up there so you back over the table. You know, there is no part called Europe at that time. Cart is called an astrocarp. An astrocarp is known as a shade. Is an entity which is not a word ending. No, the white boy can only survive on the material because he has no soul. We'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's go on. Y'all all right? Yeah. Now put it in your face and it's by the crackers. You can't say that's a racist now. I'm saying what white people say about themselves. All right. Y'all ready? Yeah. Y'all all right? Yeah. All right? Because ain't nobody going to hell because you living in hell. You see what I'm saying? You living in hell. And like I say, if there is a hell, it's got to be a damn resort and a vacation and a damn hot jacuzzi compared to this shit we in down here. Like they say, the devil will say, hey, we got to get these niggas out of here. They done out the fire and install an air conditioner. You see, I'm ready for a vacation. You see, hell is a mental and the Osiris is the one laying dead on a mental, which means the Osiris is your black body and you are lying in hell. Simple stuff. Check. Okay, ready? Wait a minute. Well, let's finish this. Okay. The length of the shape varies, okay. But it is steadily fading out. It's saying that this material is fading out. And hell, he wrote the book in 1930-something. It is steadily fading out. Its intellect is diminishing quaintly. Though it may possess a great deal of certain animal cunningness, even quite towards the end of its career, it is still able to communicate by borrowing temporary intelligence from the media. So it's a vampire. It eats off you and feeds off your spirit, and it borrows your intelligence. They call themselves vampires. That's what a vampire is. That's what a vampire is. We'll go into some vampirism in a minute. From the very nature, it is exceedingly liable to be swayed by all kinds of evil influences. Being separated from the higher ego, because it has no higher ego, because that's the black dot in the higher head. Or the God head, you have the God head. It has nothing in its constitution capable of responding to the good one. That means it has a behavioral modification. I'll explain that in a few minutes. It can modify its behavior to get through the job, or get through the store, and all this shit, but it's still the same beast. You can teach a damn dog how to sit. You can teach a cat how to swim. You can teach a damn elephant and a lion to sit up there and put his the cracker head in it. He won't bite the damn cracker head off. Haven't they taught you how to be crackers and niggers and buffoons? And shiftless old idiots? Well, the cracker can teach himself to behave with you if it's expedient. But he's still the same beast. Go by his original nature. It is therefore lends itself for readily very minor purposes of some baser sort of the black magician. So that means the black magicians is the one who created it for minor purposes. At A.E. Powell's Astro Body, page 169, if you get your hands on it. Because if you get your hands on it, because the government see what happened was when they took over black music, the government got all my damn tapes. So they going through and they trying to cancel out the books now because I'm telling the truth about the cracker. You see what I'm saying? So now you can't get the damn books. As soon as they got my tapes in 94 and stuff, then they send two little black people with dreadlocks and damn mud cloths. They come to all the stuff, they're all in the stuff. Yeah, brother, they're agents and stuff. But my magic's stronger than them, so they can't deal with cat because, hey, I'm on a divine level. I ain't really here. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, if you do your stuff what you're supposed to, and don't jive the people by telling the people you want to follow them and charging the people $5,000 and $6,000 for all this kind of stuff, you don't have to get taken out. They only take out these niggas that's trying to get over on people. You see what I'm saying? And mainly they take out the ones in the government institutions. That's why Ron Brown nigga plane fell right out the sky. They took that nigga out. They took him out because you know it was a hit because they had one survivor that morning. Next thing you know, she got her throat punctured at the end of the day. They took her right out. No black box on the plane.
Right.
Look, the crackers came on TV that Sunday and said that Ron Brown, out of all the people, was the only one that had gotten that far in power. Not even Jesse, not even Congressional Black Caucus. He was right-hand man to Bill Clinton. And they say that he was doing things that Henry Kissinger did in the 70s.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? In the 70s. So they tried to first lock him up with some stuff this summer, with some embezzlement. And when that didn't work, they said, well, take the nigga out. But see, the spirits didn't protect him because he's in the white man's zone. You got different zones you be in. And the spirits can penetrate or even you under some other entity, which is the cracker stuff. Your pact with the devil will not stand for some damn money. So what the deal is they put the nigga on a plane to Bosnia to go build McDonald's and all kind of crazy stuff, and the place still blown up. They still got the troops up there to send that nigga to Bosnia. You see what I'm saying? First of all, you got to know something about planes. First of all, I met a black guy that's becoming a pilot. And in plane school, they teach them, first of all, the big planes, they hardly ever go down. You see crop dusters going down in helicopters. But it was a 737, which is under a 747. Those big planes don't go down. They have two engines that cost about $1 million a piece. And a plane can run off with one engine. And when that engine goes out, that plane will tilt and it'll come back up. And the bigger the plane is, the bigger the wind shear is not, it just can't bounce it around. Now, first of all, we're talking about one of the Air Force One planes. You see what I'm saying? Even the doggone Delta Airlines, they say a pilot will go 300 to 500 miles out to get from around bad weather. The guy said, the Delta Airline guy said, we don't understand. They said, we would never fly through bad weather like that. So whoever it was a hit. Do you know that he had a lawyer that was with him? The lawyer went to Africa to do some deals, and he got killed the same day. They had another white boy from the Commerce that had done some stuff with him. That they were setting up some stuff to move on some stuff. He got killed in Alaska the same day. And it was Illuminati hit because they always take you out in a certain fashion. He got killed on the same Martin Luther King's assassination date. It was a hit. Took the nigga right on out. 33 people. Ain't that something? That was 33rd degree. So they took the nigga, they took it right on out. The plane fell. They did the same stuff to Mickey Leland 2-3 years ago. Remember Mickey Leland from Houston? Went to Africa? Over there trying to do some USA aid stuff. They said, what the hell were you going to try to save some Africans? You crazy? Took the nigga plane right out of the sky. You see what I'm saying? Took it right out of the sky. Those planes don't go down. They don't go down. You see what I'm saying? And then and no survivors. And like I said, they caught down Bill Clinton laughing and grinning, and the camera got on him right before the funeral, and he gonna act like he said. You see what I'm saying? All that was a doggone hit. See, all that was a hit. This particular beef, and I don't care, because this is not the type thing. See, the beautiful part about this is this here. I'm not gunning for votes. I'm not doing some stuff. What we're doing is, let me show you how we're doing this. We're a group of people coming together and sharing information. Good part about it is you're comfortable to take what you want and take what you need. You know, niggas do that anyway. You know, we get temporary amnesia. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you know, because of some Bible that don't make no sense sometimes, but you ain't reading it right, you're going to suspend your common sense. And go by the word even though the word don't make no damn sense. You see what I'm saying? That's called, you are selective on what you feel is good is true. You feel comfortable in what you believe is true. And when your comfort zone is challenged, you got the amnesia. I don't want to believe that. That's some satanic witchcraft bullshit. Because you're a part of an organization, and everything is built around that organization. When you're supposed to be taking this information and enhancing your organization.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what the deal is. All this is our stuff. And ain't no such thing as this is evil and that is evil. In the Bible, let me tell you something about metaphysics. We'll get into in a minute. If you go into to any scripture and you will see evil stuff and you will see positive stuff, it's supposed to be read yin and yang, negative and positive. It's not an evil is bad,
Right.
but there are some things that some of the energy is more powerful that they call positive, negative, like yin and yang, AC/DC, and some of it is a lighter energy. So when the people later on in the culture, they interpreted the scripture, they took all of the ancient powerful stuff and they called it evil.
So they're simple people.
You see what I'm saying? They call it evil. You see what I'm saying? The dragon. The dragon means melanin. Comes out of alchemy. The black dragon, the green dragon, the red dragon. You get all the colors from the essence of that. The beast, we'll go in that in a few minutes. 6. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which means carbon. And the carbon is the basis of melanin. Melanin is a byproduct of the black carbon. The B666, which is the number of a man, is you. 666 is 18, and 1 and 8 is 9 is completion. And all. Carbon. Everything is carbon. You see what I'm saying? Oil. Crude oil. Oil. The anointed one. Oil comes from the word crude oil, which in crude oil is black carbon, which is melanin. The anointed one, you looking at him. Us. You the anointed one. Christ. Christos. The anointed one. The Christ is within you. They're talking about melanin in the bloodstream of Jesus. Christ. God. G-O-D. Generator, operator, and destroyer. Check. Let's go on. All right. Let's see what we're going to deal with right now. Okay. What we're going to deal with right now. Here's some white boys from England showing you what your spirit look like on the inside. That don't look like no cracker spirit to me. They still look black on the inside. And sometimes you might see these figures in your dream or at night and you think it's the devil. Ooh, I'm seeing the long silhouette figures. That's energy. That's spirit. This is stuff coming from England. You see what I'm saying? This is stuff coming from England on what stuff look like and all. They're talking about spirit. How much time we got?
Plenty.
Plenty? Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. Okay. Let's see what we're going to deal with right now. Here's one. In the Kabbalah. The ancient Kabbalah. Show you one. Okay, hold on. Did I, yeah. Now, this is written in the Kabbalah, the Zohar. This is the Zohar. And this is a simplified version of the Zohar. Now, the Zohar. It says, the beings who live below say God is on high, while the angels in heaven say God lives on earth. You see, there's esoteric knowledge and exoteric. This is the Zohar, which is the written Kabbalah. The tree of life, the Kabbalah. It says the Zohar, woe to those who look upon the Torah as simply tales of pertaining to things of the world, seeing thus the outer garments. You see what I'm saying? The stuff that the preachers and teachers been teaching you is the outer garment. The outer garment. That means you got a damn sheet on the bed And you can learn for years about the sheep. You can just go through theology, sheep, learn for years about the sheep, the concept of the sheep, start calling the sheep the Methodist sheep, the Baptist sheep, the Torah sheep, the Mount Zion sheep, and all this here, and still ain't pulled back the damn cover, and here go the real deal immortality, which is talking about the body. You see what I'm saying? The Torah are things of this world, the outer garment. But those who gaze and penetrate through the very Torah, happy are they. Just as wine must be in a jar to keep, so the Torah must be contained with an outer garment, or the Bible, or the Quran. And the garment is made up of tales and stories. And you taking the stories literal. About the prodigal son. And about this nigga getting swallowed up by a whale. And all kind of stuff. And it ain't about no damn stories. That's fairy tale. That's Sunday school. That's catechism. And nobody really graduates from catechism. But we are bound to penetrate beyond, which is the Zohar, which says that the beings, but the beings, the angels in heaven, they bow down to you. They bow down to you. You see, even in the book the Autobiography of a Yogi, which is that when the woman woke up and she found her husband, the top was thrown off the house and the angel was there praying to this nigga, and the nigga was in the flesh. You see what I'm saying? They waiting on you. The problem is that you don't realize that ye are gods. John chapter 10, verse 34, 36. Verse 34, 36, you know. It also says in the Holy Kabbalah, listen to this, about the pain and suffering. Look. Now this book is called Secret Wisdom of the Kabbalah by J.F.C. Fuller. Secret Wisdom of the Kabbalah. The Holy One inflicts pain and suffering on the righteous in this world in order that they may merit the world to come, the other dimension they're talking about. But who is weak of soul and strong of body? Who the hell is that? That's a white man. Is the most hated of God. Soul is called the dark night of soul. The primal material, the Buddha Rupa is talking about melanin. Melanin is the soul because it's more than just a substance. It's the deeper innermost Godhead. I'll get into that in a few minutes. It's called the dark night of the soul. The one who is weak of soul and strong of body is the most hated of God. It is because God has no pleasure in him that he inflicts no pain upon him in this world, but permits his life to flow smoothly along with ease and comfort, in that no virtuous act he may perform and receive his reward in this world, so that no portion shall be left for him in the next world. Now who the hell is that but the cracker that owned everything? Well, if that don't think, I'm going to go into the book of Enoch in a few minutes and show you verbatim the reason why they couldn't add the Enoch in the damn Torah, because the Enoch straight out told you this is the black people and this is the white people. And they said, well, we can't mix that up, so we're going to have to keep that book out. Check. He who knows one book knows none. There's no religion higher than truth. Check? All right. Let's deal with some stuff here. Okay, let's see what we're going to deal with here. Okay. Y'all bear with me? Here it is. The Negroes were thought to be the mythical sons of Ham or Cam, the Hebrew derivative of the Egyptian god Sebek Kronos. The word Ab, A-B, Hebrew word or Gnostic word, it means son. Ham means black. Abraham means the black sun. The sun that is inside of you, the black dot. Abraham means the black dot. We are the sons and daughters of Abraham, which means we are the sons and daughters of the black sun, or the God which is in us that connects us with the higher being. That's what Abraham means. The Ham, the Hebrew derivative of the god Sebek Kronos. The second phase of the sun, the first of the mother, became the planetary Saturn, whose color is black. Astronomically, the planet Saturn is of great importance to the Negro race today, because it indicates a bridging over to a new condition and an earthly new development that has to do with Africa, whereas Saturn has always been particularly important and potent. Astronomically, the polarity of Saturn must be polarized in Africa by the Negro race.
That's right.
Saturn by the Negro race. Now, what do they mean by that? The Dogon, during April 23rd of 1994, did the Siggy ceremony. They do the dance every 50 years. And when they did that, they polarized Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn, a new word for the old Satan. Satan, Saturn. It ain't talking about no devil. Saturn, which is an alchemical term for melanin also, because that ain't nothing but a big ball of melanin. Now, Jupiter means the light bringer. And when Jupiter and Saturn came in conjunction and was polarized by the Dogon, Jupiter takes the energy of Saturn and shoots it to the earth and opens up the small Saturns, or Sutan, which is the black dot, Satan, the devil, which is inside of you. So the Dogon did the Siggy ceremony on April 23rd, 1994. 1994. They polarized Saturn. You understand where I'm coming from? But see if I got this. In 1672, the French government took Nostradamus' prophecies and they took out some other scripts that was never shown again up until recently. And this is the complete prophecies of Nostradamus, translated and edited and interpreted by Henry C. Collins, updated by Robert Lawrence, where they added the original prophecies back in. Which it said in one of the prophecies that in the 1990s, black people will come into their own. Black people will come into their own. Now, listen. It also says this. It says, through his last hand bloody, through the U.S., talking about the United States, shall not save him by sea. In another one it says, it shall not assure his status overseas. Between two rivers, he said, I'll write it in code. The river is ocean, Atlantic and Pacific. Between two rivers, he shall fear a military hand. A black and wrathful one shall be repentant. And another one, they say, a furious black shall make him bend the knee. Honorable Muhammad said that the white boy, the last time he goes up into Europe for the third time, which is Bosnia, he will be the end, because he can't fight a war on the inside and fight one on the outside. Well, in this one it says the same thing. Through the U.S. and throughout all the U.S. shall not see his status overseas. Between two rivers, which means it's going to happen in the United States. He shall fear a military hand, and a black and wrathful one shall be repentant. In another one it says, a black and wrathful one shall make him bend the knee. Which means it's going to go down right here, because we in the belly of the beast. Check? Yeah. Because we in the belly of the beast. I want to read this other one for you. Look at this. Look at this one. Y'all bear with me 1 minute. I want to get this one. Y'all all right?
Yeah, all right.
All right. You all right?
Yeah, right.
Let's see what we got here. Page 33. Let's see. Let's see. Now that's going to be, hold on 1 minute. 6. Hold up 1 minute. Bear with me 1 minute. 6:33. Let's see what we got here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and paraphrase it. It says, the world being near its end, Saturn shall return yet late to its return. Because it was polarized in April 23rd of 1994. But we are 2 or 3 years behind. They said yet late to her return. And they say the nation shall be changed. They say the empire shall be changed to black.
Yep.
And Newborn shall have her eyes picked out by a hawk. Newborn they talk about as a state, but he said I'm writing in code, so he's talking about world religions. The ones that's ruling, which is ruling powers. You call religions. Them shits was ruling powers. Mecca got one half of the earth. Israel got one other half of the earth. And then Rome got the other half of the earth. And they spread that shit up. And you thinking it's some dog, but you praying to them churches and they got that's world rule.
Right. That's what it is.
And one of the empires started over there. They say, so the religion shall have their eyes picked out by a hawk. A hawk is known as called a phoenix, and it's the god Heru, which is the hawk-head mythical lord. And the Phoenix City is Atlanta, which you have, it's called the city of Phoenix. They got a big phoenix there. And you see the police symbols have the phoenix on it. It rose out of the ashes with Sherman burned it. And then so a phoenix is known in Egypt as a hawk and a falcon. You got the Atlanta Hawks and you got the Atlanta Falcons, and that's why the Olympics is being played there, which is the Greek Mount Olympus, with Zeus, which is a form of Heru, rising in 96, because the 6 and 9, if you turn them sideways, it means yin and yang.
That's right.
96. You see, all this stuff is related. Check. Y'all all right? Okay. How much time we got?
Well, we got all night.
All right, let's book it. Let's book it. Let's go with it. Here's the god Abraxas, which means the black god. Abraxas is a lion-haired deity that's known in Hebrew as the Lion of Judah, which is known in Egypt as the goddess Sekhmet, which is the Sphinx. Abraxas, which is the Gnostic Christ. You see a lion, but you see the wings. You are a lion people. Up top, you see the black dot. Right here, you see the serpent, which is the Kundalini energy. It rises up the spine, which rises up the spine, which is the Kundalini energy, which rises up the spine. Right here, you see the Hebrew letters. Here you have the serpent, which is the whole medical association. But you see the black dot. It's black with wings, which means melanin. It's called the Hadid point.
Yep, that's it.
You see what I'm saying? In Egypt, it's called the Hutit. Heru Hutit. In Islam, it's called the Hadith. They made it of principles, but it was really the Hadith. And in Samaria, it's called the Kaddish, the Kaddish point, which is talking about the black dot. Here is the god Abraxas, which is the Lion of Judah from the Gnostic school. This is also a symbol of the god Mithra of Persia. He who knows one God knows none. All of us in the ancient world had the same stuff. And you arguing over the doggone branches of the damn tree. Sectarianism. Get out of sectarianism. You learn more about your religion through other people's religion to put the pieces back together. It's a fragment that broke up. You see what I'm saying? This is the Kundalini serpent that rises up. When you hear white people talk about be aware of the reptilians coming, the original reptilian race is a code word for black people because you have the original use of the Kundalini. White people have Kundalini energy, which is the spiritual fire. It rises up, but when it gets up here, they don't have the black dot energy, which is the doorway to another dimension. So when this fire energy goes up, when it goes up and it hits this calcified because their head, because they don't have the doggone, because their pineal gland is calcified, and it hits this head, their body is just burnt up in flames. It's called internal combustion. There's a book I call Fire from Heaven. White people who burn up. Just kept on fire.
That's
Documented. And so this Kundalini serpent is being baptized by hell's fire. You scared of being burned up in hell's fire. When you raise your Kundalini, the hell's fire raise you to the Godhead. Takes you through the doorway. You see what I'm saying? Takes you to the doorway. You see what I'm saying? And we scared of the doggone hell's fire. You know. And scared of the devil, the dual nature, the double one. Let me show you this picture. The double one, which is Heru, the original picture of the Christ. Heru and Soot, which is the black god, which is this metaphysical, which is the melanin at the base of your skull, which is the medulla oblongata, which is behind you. This is one part, this is the double, where you get the word devil. Ancient word for the word double, or the dual one, or the double-wanded one. Soot on, Shaitan, Satan, get behind me because I'm back with the power of Satan. Ain't got nothing to do with no devil up under no ground. That's the white boys kept telling you that stuff, keeping you scared to keep you from your stuff. And you should know by now. You see what I'm saying? Why the hell are you scared of the spook? In some spirit worlds, when that's what people are returning to, when there's a cracker kicking you in your ass and you trying to integrate with it. You send your babies off to get educated by this beast, and he the one that's doing the physical harm to you, and you scared of everything spiritual because he done told you that's Satanism and devil worship. The code word in the occult is to take everything and put it under witchcraft, Satanism. at this picture. Look at this picture. This is the Stargate. The Stargate was made of black crystal quartz crystal, which was a black Stargate, which is in actuality you. It's in you. The Stargate, you can't slide through no artificial Stargate. You slide through the black dot in your head. That's why you see the wormhole that open up on the show Sliders. You can't create an artificial wormhole. You slide through the wormhole by sliding through your body because you have the original wormhole, which is the black dot entity within you, your spiritual higher self.
I'm okay with this one.
Now, the Starhead one. In Haiti, it's called the Marasha Baphomet. Rada, which you call Satan. You see the star, the pentagram, which is called the black dot. You see the horns, the same damn horns here. Let me show you this. I just had it. Wait a minute, hold on 1 minute. The same horns here, the original origin came from the god Ra, the ram-head deity, with the black dot, which is the sun within inside of you. It's not S-O-N, Son of God, it's S-U-N, Son in God. It's not S-O-N, Son of Man, it's S-U-N, Son in Man. The sun inside of you shall rise up in the west. That's you, the Son of God. I'm waiting on the Son of God. You're waiting on the Son in God. I'm waiting on the Son of Man. You are the damn Son of Man. Check. So, the same stuff that came from Ram are the horns that came from Hathor, Heru, the divine cow. They took that, and this is the one with the Baphomet, which you think is the devil. You see the Masonic sign, the square and the compass. And in the middle, it forms something called a vesica. And a vesica is nothing but the vagina. You see what I'm saying? The God of the crossroads. You see what I'm saying? In Egypt, you got the obelisk, that means the penis, the phallic symbol. Right? You also have this. Look at this. Okay, a vesica. This is a vesica. You see these, anytime you see these, they're on all churches. Wait a minute. You'll see this vesica. You'll see it on all churches. That ain't nothing but the vagina. The P-U-S-S-Y. Use expression. Y'all wrong. This is the vagina, which is called a vesica, which is a spiritual symbol of the womb. The spiritual symbol of the womb. Now, let me show you something. Look at this. Let me get me a piece of paper. I'm going to draw this for you. You've seen the obelisk, which you call a Washington Monument, which represents the penis. Right? Which represents the penis. Now, watch this. Get another piece of paper. Did I get two?